Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Welcome to another episode of Donta's Storytime. Make sure y'all hit the like button, leave a comment, and share this video. Let's get to it. Do y'all remember maybe about 12 years ago, maybe 13 years ago, give or take, there was this Muslim dude named Ahmad that got locked up because he would make like these, he'd go on these gay websites and he'd meet up with like gay guys or whatever, and then he'd had them come to his house and he'd drug them, and then, I don't really know what I can say here on YouTube, but he ended up taking their head off their body, right? And basically what this story is about is that we was actually locked up with this guy. He got transferred to our prison, right? So at this time, you know, I was in C dorm, and you know, we got word like, yo, we got a celebrity that's here. And I'm like, celebrity? I'm thinking it's like maybe Snoop Dogg or, you know, 50 Cent, somebody, right? Somebody that got some type of name. But normally when you hear about a celebrity, it got to be like a serial killer or something like that coming through. So we all wonder, like, who could it be? Now, at this time, you know, we was around 6 o'clock, I believe, 6 o'clock. And we all just out here lounging in the day room, people running laps around, you know, people over there gambling, everybody's doing what they do. And the guards come in there too deep and it's like, hey, y'all got to lock down right now. So we like, for what? They like, hey, I'm not going to say it again, lock down. The whole prison is going on lockdown right now. Everybody to y'all rooms, you know, talking to us like we children. So we all packing up, stop doing what we doing. We all getting locked down. So we asked like, yo, what's going on? They like, yo, we finna have that Ahmad dude come through, that Ahmad dude, whatever his name, Ahmad, whatever. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So we all locked down. We trying to figure out what the story is, right? So they said, man, y'all just locked down, man. We getting a transfer here. This is a highly publicized thing, and you know he coming through, right? So we like, all right. So we all locked up. They locked us down, whatever. So then one of my homeboys was like, hey, hold on. I know what he talking about. So we all like, what's up? What's up with this Ahmad, dude, or whatever? So this is the story, y'all. So I guess this guy, he comes from the motherland, you know, over there in like Pakistan or something like that or whatever. And in they culture, if you are a part of that community, it ain't no negotiating it. It ain't no, they go by that old school, that raw biblical times of the stoning. You know, in the scriptures it says that if you catch, you know, these type of people in the act of doing these abominable things, then they should be put to death. And he come from that culture, right? So I guess when he got over here to America and he seen how rampant it was, you know, I guess he felt some type of way like, yo, this ain't right. You know, they say on television, America is the land of the brave. It's, you know, milk and honey. But in reality, this place is Sodom and Gomorrah. So, you know, a lot of y'all might be like, Donta, hold on. What do you mean Sodom and Gomorrah? What is that? All right, y'all. So for the ones that want to skip back to the prison story, y'all can skip on ahead. But for the ones that's ready for this Bible study, this Bible story, I should say, about Sodom and Gomorrah, well, stay tuned. All right. But before we even go further, y'all do me a favor. If you are subscribed to this channel and you did not get my notification, make sure you unsubscribe, subscribe back to the channel, and hit the notification bell. All right. YouTube changed its algorithm and it's not sending out my notifications. So make sure y'all do that. Also, y'all know what time it is. I don't want to push that blade on you, but I will. But I need for y'all to hit the like button too. All right, let's get back to it. And shout out to the most amazing commentators on these YouTube streets, which is y'all. We back to the story time. Now let's get to it. So anyway, the story about Sodom and Gomorrah, right? So basically, Abraham was approached by God, right? And God basically told Abraham, like, hey, listen, there's two twin cities called Sodom and Gomorrah, and your cousin Lot is residing in Sodom, right? And he said, basically, what's going to happen is I'm going to destroy both of them cities. And Abraham, like, what's going on? He said, because the homosexuality has got out of control there. They out of control. I mean, the homosexuality and the bestiality and all the immoral things that bring down society is going down in Sodom and Gomorrah. And I have to vanquish it off the face of the earth. So Abraham, like, wait, hold up. Okay. Listen, God, I know you the author of all things and you know everything. But listen, God, if there's 100 righteous men there, just 100 out of thousands of these people, can you please spare the cities? And God said, if there's 100 people, I spare it, but it ain't. And he said, okay, look, hold on. One second. Please be patient with me, Lord, please. But if it's 50 men, 50 righteous men, could you please spare the city? And he said, hey, if there's 50 men, I'll spare it. But as the story go on, it was not even one righteous man that was in these cities that God was spared. So Abraham went on his way, and the angel of the Lord, they went on their way, right? So long story short, they end up, now this is the terror. Now, y'all know when I say welcome to the Terror Dome, oh yeah, that's what I mean when I say the Terror Dome. The Terror Dome is Escape from LA, Mad Max, Judge Dredd, all that, the end of the world scenario. I'm talking about every habitat of demons. It's the Night of the Living Dead right here, right? So when these two angels got to Sodom, they went to the town square, right? And Lot went to he went up there to meet them and said, hey, I need for y'all to come to my house, right? And they like, nah, we gonna stay right here. And Lot was like, yo, hold up. I don't think y'all understand. These homosexuals here, they on a whole different time. Like, these guys is like mutants. Like they gonna do y'all bad. Y'all gotta come with me. Y'all gotta come, right? And the angel's like, nah, man, we stand right here. Then I don't know what Lot said to them, but he urged them strongly, like, no, y'all come on. Y'all gotta come with me now. Because it's just like, do y'all remember that movie that television show From, where the monsters come out at night? Y'all remember that television show? It was just like that. I guess the gay guys that was in Sodom was like really like that. Like I don't know, man. These guys was like freaked all the way out, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. So they end up, the angels end up going with Lot, and they go to the house. I don't know exactly how much time passed. Let's just say an hour passed, right? And they get a knock at the door like this. Lot like, who is that? They like, hey man, hey, where them guys at, man? Open the door, Lot. We need to holler at you right quick, right? So he opened the door. He like, what's up, y'all? They like, hey, man, where them dudes at that was at the town square, man? We heard that they here. Hey, tell them dudes to come outside, man. Lot like, what do y'all want with them, man? They like, man, hey, man, we want to have sex with them, man. We bring them dudes out because we want to have sex with them, man. Move out the way. And so Lot stepped outside and closed the door behind him. Was like, hey, man, y'all chill out, man. These men is under my roof, man. I'm not about to let y'all violate, my guests, man. Man, y'all bag up, man. They like, nah, man, forget all that. Now, y'all got to understand the evil that was in these dudes' hearts. It was old men, young men. It was all type of man. And these dudes was on some sexual deviant. Hey, listen. They like, man, we ain't trying to hear that, man. Bring them dudes out, man. And they got to try to press up on them. So like, man, y'all bag up. He said, hey, listen, check this out. I give y'all my 2 virgin daughters, right? I give y'all my 2 virgin daughters if y'all would just leave these 2 men alone. They said, no, man, we don't want no woman, man. We want that man. We want the man, man. Man, watch out, man. So they kept trying to press up on Lot to get up in the house. And then one of the angels grabbed Lot and brought him in the house and blinded the men, right? He didn't blind them physically. He blinded them enough that they couldn't find the entrance to the door of the house. And they was out there all night. I mean, all night. These cats, these demonic creatures, right? Because that's what they turned into. These demonic creatures stayed there for hours trying to find the entrance of the door, trying to get up in that house to try to lay pipe on 2 angels. Can y'all imagine that? Imagine like the night. I mean, just think about it. And now that I think about it, it was like the night of the living dead. You know how the zombies come out at night and they trying to beat down the door to devour the people? That's what them gay guys was doing back then. I mean, they mind went to a place of, oh man, it was, I don't know, y'all. Yeah, if you think about it, it was like some zombies type junk, but on the sexual deviancy level. So, eventually they end up leaving, from the oldest to the youngest of the men. So, the angels told them like, hey, listen, this is what we here for. We here because we about to destroy this city. I mean, we about to destroy this thing, right? And he told them like, listen, you need to gather your people and y'all need to leave this city, because when daybreak come, fire and brimstone is coming. It's coming. And Lot like, okay, listen, I hear you, but I'm an old man. I can't move the way I used to move. So is there any way that we can go to a nearby town or something and, and then y'all do it? Because I don't believe I'll be able to make it. So they said, okay, we'll let that ride. Yeah, you can do that. We got you. But then the angel also said, but listen, Lot, and listen to me, y'all. He said, no matter what you hear, no matter what is going on, do not turn around. Just keep running. Do not turn around. And also, we can't start until you safely out of range. So he said, okay, bet. So now it was time for them to go. And we all know the story. They was going, and then Lot's wife turned around and she became a pillar of salt, right? But all right, so that's the reason why, the homosexuals, got destroyed for doing them abominational acts. If y'all didn't know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, the whole gist of it, the homosexuals got out of control and they was just like really zombified and was just doing the most. And that's why they was destroyed the way they was destroyed. But yeah, that's the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. Now let's get back to the prison story. So they end up locking us down, and my homeboy was telling me the story, telling everybody in the pod the story, like, yeah, old boy, he come from the motherland over there in the Middle East or whatever, and when he got over here, he enrolled into college, and he noticed like Sodom and Gomorrah is happening again over here in America. And he said he just didn't understand because he thought this was a Christian nation, even though he was, Muslim, but he said, okay, I mean, we kind of like cousins, and we still follow the Abrahamic faith, but at the same time, us Christians and Muslims got our differences. But I mean, at least I thought that, Christians was on the same page, dealing with homosexuals or whatever. But I guess when he got over here, he realized that wasn't the case. So he said, you know what? I'm gonna do something about this. And remember, y'all, this wasn't that long ago when you really look at it. And he ended up feeling some type of way about this, and he felt like he's doing God's work. So he started, getting in these chat rooms with, gay guys, meeting up with him, and with his medical experience or whatever, he had drugged these guys, what's that serial killer dude named Jeffrey Dahmer? Yeah. He would drug these cats, but he was precise with that knife also. And he would, go to take a cat head off and, take other body parts off it, take body parts off these cats and, put them in garbage bags and spread them all around the city or whatever. And he just went on his jihad like that. That's the line he was pushing. And eventually he ended up getting caught. So, long story short, they had him come to our prison for a transfer. I guess they was taking him out there to Cali or whatever, but I guess they needed a place to rest because they've been on the road of extraditing him there. They didn't put him on the airplane. They transfer him, through the bus or whatever. So he ended up at our prison, and they shut the whole prison down. So, he telling me this story, and I'm like, man, that's crazy. So, no, I didn't ever get to see the guy or anything, but there was other guys that was in the dorm that was like really on that, like they really did not like like homosexual type people, whatever. And I hear dudes like, yeah, I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand, man. Yeah, get rid of them cats, man. Yeah, get rid of all of them cats, right? And it was dudes like, yeah, I wish he could stay here, man. He could teach a lot of these cats a lesson or whatever. This prison. So, after about 3 days, they ended up leaving. They had us on lockdown for real. And when we got out, they had him like in the isolation tank, and nobody ever got to see him or anything. But then real conversations got to been had, and what was said, it was like a lot of them gay guys that was there was like terrified. Like he was the boogeyman to these dudes. And a lot of these homosexuals was thinking like, yo, what if he's still here? And what if he try to, it got real intense in there for them type of dudes in there. But hey, y'all let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about this. Oh, my fault, y'all. There's an airplane coming over here. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about this video. Do y'all think that America has fallen into a sunken place? And what I mean by that, do y'all believe that America, right, has become the new Sodom and Gomorrah? Let me know in the comment section. With that, y'all stay safe and stay off them weird websites. I'm out. If you enjoyed this story time, make sure you leave a comment, hit the like button, and share the video. Until next time, take care.